So maybe you too are trying to find the not only the words, this is logos. Logos, this could be a thought. So I'm like, okay, it's Leo's turn. I'm going in order, but I'm like, wait, Libra needs to say something because it's like Leo's energy is here and there. I can't even get into Leo's energy. So maybe Leo's, if you can't get into your energy or sturdy, maybe get into Libra's. So Libra, I'm like, okay, well, we're finding the words. I got out the wisdom words, and then the first word that came out was Scorpio in reverse, alchemist. So perhaps, and then the between. So maybe we are in between some kind of Leo to Scorpio thing, maybe in these past months. Maybe this is where we find the words, in order. And I'm thinking, sometimes I can't find the words because it's like there's no word for that. It's like there's no word for this, what I feel, or there's no word for what I see, or there's no word for this expression. There ain't no word for this. Something about that. Libra. I was thinking about doing some kind of automatic writing since we were talking about the words, see what kind of words came up. Maybe we should do that before we pull these words. Let's get in deep, connect with my higher self, the light, and see what words come up, and then we will pull the tarot and the real word. And I'm seeing in the real word, and I'm seeing alone in reverse with confidence in reverse. So perhaps our confidence is lacking because of the people we're around. All right, what's this have to do with the words? What words are we searching? Searching the words. I see the Seven of Pentacles. Maybe it's a words. I hear commitment, promise, together, better together. Oh, that seems like love. Well, we're not going to say that just yet, Libra. What kind of words are we searching for? Today is 9/17 too, something about that, September 17th. I'm seeing mind's eye. What's in your mind's eye? It's intuition. Baseball. I'm hearing home run. Court. Seeing the justice. That's your card. Balance. Salt and vinegar. And then I heard bittersweet.
Calamari.
Shrimp. Maybe that's a little shrimp, and it reminds me of the little shrimp versus the octopus. Perhaps we are into some kind of conflict like this where we need to, find the words or be ingenuitive, or, not only the words. This is logos. Logos, this could be a thought. Before it's a word, it must be a thought. I guess if we're finding the words, it's almost like we're going through, I'm seeing the gears turning in the database, right? In the database. But perhaps, let's see, for Libra, about these words. Light language. Deception. It's not your energy. Back to sender. Remember where I said that? It's almost like we're picking up other people's energy. Maybe these aren't even our thoughts. They're not even our words. Perhaps this is what makes us, it's like grinding the gears trying to find the words, right? Everything that glitters ain't all gold. We have Cilicia. Cilicia is an asteroid that's really feminine, having to do with Aphrodite and beauty and plants. It's a goddess of salt water. How funny we said salt and vinegar. Poetry. all these, I'm seeing these like Piscean things. I'm seeing Scorpio right here. We have exploding light language. Jesus is the beast, and deception. Perhaps that's the deception. You know, and the beast, you know, the beast is what they created the beast to be. This, you know, the same thing as Ophiuchus, the same thing as the truth. You know, so perhaps we're in a predicament like this where it's like the truth is hidden, or like this, we're trying to find the words, trying to find the thoughts, trying to find the logos, right? Let's see, I'm going to pull your tarot, Libra. I see another one that doesn't belong. The Seven of Pentacles. Those Seven of Pentacles were in here. Libra. Maybe we have a plant that don't belong, or maybe it does belong. Maybe we're waiting for something and it's like mixing up and everything else. Let's see, for a Libra. Oh shit. Again with this aloneness, and I hear you're never alone. It's almost like we're getting back. We're impatiently waiting for something. It's like we got tired of waiting, so we went back with the Seven of Swords. Like, I want this deception, but it's like we're deceiving ourselves, right? All right, so we start in the recent past. Okay, for some reason I'm thinking it might go both ways, and I'm hearing for the people in the back, because we did that before in the last reading. You know, I read tarot backwards, but sometimes I feel called to read it both ways. So this way it's like, oh, well, is this the past or is this the future? So this might be your future, this might be your past. So only you know where you are right now. And I always say, use your intuition when deciphering the message. I'm going to start as if, you know, this is our past. You know, we've been hanging here. We've been hanging here in this solitude. It's almost like waiting to be alone. And maybe we're waiting for somebody. You know, we started off with that card alone in reverse with all these words: commitment, promise, together, justice, mind's eye, intuition. Can't even read my own writing. Home run, baseball, better, together, salt and vinegar, bittersweet, calamari, shrimp. All right, and then we had alone with the confidence. So perhaps this is what we're doing, stepping in alone to gain some kind of confidence, or it's almost like we're gaining some kind of information, or maybe we're seeing that we really aren't alone. You know, we're seeing this journey that we're on in this solitude from a different perspective, perhaps from, I heard, a higher view, right? Maybe this is the deception, and this is where it becomes clear. It's almost as if we're being deceived. You know, we have, and perhaps we do see that. It's like we take off our rose-tinted glasses, and this is when we see that we've been deceiving ourselves, that all along we got the power. Oh my God, look, the power. We got the power. So yeah, this is the justice. I saw this. Making the decision, maybe we do have to like come say, these are my words. I'm hearing like this sword coming down, like I declare. Maybe we're declaring peace. All these swords, man, it's almost like you're declaring some kind of truth, perhaps. Maybe you're declaring the words, or you are requesting the words. Like, I want the words. Like, here, I tell you, why don't you tell me? And then here we have the reason why I'm laughing is because this was like this on top of this, right? Both. It's like this Ten of Pentacles, which this is a separation, a coming apart, releasing. Perhaps we are breaking some kind of cycles that have been stuck. I'm hearing stuck cycles, but we have both of these aces. Now, the Magician is all the aces, right? And it's almost as if this is the one we're missing, or this is the one. And you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing him put this in the coin slot, and it's like, this is what we're missing. Which we got the passion, we have the emotion, And perhaps we already found the word by this point because, you know, we got the power, we got the news, we got the word. But what we're lacking is this commitment. It's this new thing, this new, perhaps it's the time. This is, the ace is also about the self. So perhaps this is, it's like you are the seed, right? That was the last reading we did, Gemini's reading. It's almost like this is the seed being planted in the darkness where we don't think that we have enough, or perhaps we're lacking. And I heard if you think it's too good to be true, well, you know what? It's going to be too good to be true. So this is almost like, it's like putting your everything into it, some kind of investment. Perhaps this has to do with the job. It's like, okay, well, if you want to make money, you got to spend money to make money, some type of thing. But this is almost like, well, we're doing this new thing to break this old thing, right? It's like once you put this in here, all this goes. I see it's like you put this in, it's like all this goes, and then you get this, I heard this new prize. Perhaps this is a new commitment with this in the deep subconscious. Oh my god, I cannot make this up. A beautiful love. Oh my gosh, it's like not hurting my heart, but it's like my heart beat, my heart bet. I was gonna say my heart bet so fast. Maybe this is, it's like your heart, it's like betting on your heart, or you know, because it's like he comes along and it's like thinking about love. There is no words. Maybe it's what we're trying to find the words, or we're trying to find the logos, and it's like love, there is no logos for love. Like there's no logic. There's no logic in love. Perhaps this is what's making us go back, or making us see that, you know, it's almost like before we go forward, we have to, it's like there's swords missing that we have to pick up. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, no, I said I was going to do it the reverse for the people in the back, right? So, perhaps we start with this, like going backwards, or missing our ride, or perhaps we jumped the gun too soon, something like this. Maybe we're like in this, like, I'm thinking it's like closed-minded thinking, where it's like programmed in the same thing, blah, 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 blah. But it's like we're taken back. We're being taken back to something. Perhaps a childhood dream, or what we visioned. You know, somebody told us something. These logos, so back to the original, right? To where it all began. You know, maybe this is sparking your heart from when we were a child. You know, something that we were told, or you know, a story our father told us, or something like this, right? It's like we're being taken back to this, or taken to this. But it's like taken back. It's like, so you already been here? Perhaps. With the Ace of Pentacles, right? This is bringing something new. But it's like in order for you to open up this, or to unlock this, we do have to make some kind of commitment. And perhaps this commitment includes releasing something you knew all along, or something somewhere you didn't belong. I'm hearing all these things. It's almost as if it's like you're not letting somebody else, it's like you're no longer letting somebody else dictate where your ship is going. It's almost as if you're taking control of the ship here, right? You're taking some kind of power. You receive some kind of information or news. You know, you're looking at where you've been or where you're going so much differently. Now it's like, now it's like now I know we're not alone, you know. Let's get some confirmation on here. I do see the moon in reverse, as if this is, you know, all the information coming in to bring some kind of change. It's like we're no longer in this cage, in this the self-deceit, the self-thing. It's almost like I see the turning point, right? All right, I wanted to get out these little cards to see some kind of confirmation. We're going to confirm the Six of Swords, of what we're going back to, the Ten of Cups, the story. And we'll confirm this dynamic with the Ace to the 10. I'm almost positive, you know, this is definitely breaking some kind of cycle. And I'm seeing the Ace of Cups right here with the rebirth. It's almost as if there's some fire burning. It's almost like boiling the cup, right? This is creating either two things. Either it's creating a lot of movement, like, oh shit, this is getting hot, I better get out of here. Or it's like where, like, they say, like, you put the frog in the boiling water and it boils up so, like, slow that they don't even realize and we get burnt. Those are the two situations I see with this cup boiling. And then I heard there's, what's the third one? You know, I love when people, I really don't, I'm being sarcastic, when I love when they say, like, oh, well, it's this way or this way. Well, what about that way or this way? You know, I hear where there's a will, there's a way. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I hope we're not really doing that. I heard go vegan. I'm not vegan, but I don't know. I'm seeing this God in reverse. The flip side of God, the devil. You know, there's two sides to every coin, but it's the same coin, okay, for the Six of Swords. So we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, so we're finally accepting, and I heard accepting the words. Usually this is a love, or, you know, some kind of offer of love, and right behind here it's like the Lovers in reverse. Perhaps we do have to release this in order to, or maybe it's like the last reading where it's like we have to release this part of ourselves. Maybe you got shot by the Cupid's arrow, and it's almost as if it's like now you weren't accepting it before, but now you are. We have the Strength again with this moon in the background with the Prince of Wands coming in, almost like, I heard coming in to stay. Perhaps this is going to take inner strength. This is really reminding me of the Chariot. And when the Chariot's in reverse, this is where this imbalance is. The Prince of Wands in reverse could be bringing some kind of bad news. This could be, you know, the Alchemy in reverse. This is the Magician. Remember we were... Oh no, it stopped recording. And I don't know where it stopped recording. But I was saying, I pulled the Prince of Swords with the Strength in reverse, like we're trying to find some kind of strength to stay, or they are. Perhaps we're trying to find the words. Or maybe these words bring some kind of, like, oh shit, I don't know what to do, and now we're off the path. It's like now we're off the path with the Prince of Pentacles and the Prince of Wands both in reverse. It's almost like starting all over, or... You know, both of the princes, these are, you know, starting something new. It's almost like, oh, cold feet, or it's like, oh, we've started and then we had to stop, or it's like this back and forth kind of thing, or it's like, go fast, go slow, go fast, go slow. Something like this. Maybe this Prince of Wands is saying, oh, I'm finally staying, and this Prince of Pentacles is like, maybe these are two different princes. Because we have the, you know, the Prince of Fire and the Prince of Pentacles. And maybe this is the, like, the choice of how, maybe these are the words, you know, do we come out with the actions, or it's like with the words of our passion, or with the words of, I'm hearing like what we did, you know, actual events. You know, with the Prince of Pentacles, this could be releasing of a physical thing. Maybe we're searching and we can't find because the database is too full. It's almost like I keep on running out of service. That's why the video keeps cutting out. So, my apologies. So this definitely has something to do with us searching the database, us finding the words, us... It's almost like finding, it's like the contents of that Ace of Pentacles, you know, of what we're putting in. Oh, and what I was going to say, this Alchemy in reverse, this this could be like, oh, like, I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. With this Ace of Pentacles is saying you have everything what it takes. It's like you have to release this old shit. It's almost like clearing the weeds so that the new can grow, right? It's almost like these weeds are like the Seven of Pentacles, like they're overgrowing, taking over the real plant, right? And perhaps this is the database. It's full. It's like we're trying to find, it's like the right words, perhaps not just any words, not just anybody. So perhaps that. Okay, so we stopped at the Prince of Pentacles and the Prince of Wands. Both of these princes starting something new, bringing us to the Ten of Cups. And on top of the Ten of Cups, we have the King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. We left the video with releasing something, and this is, you know, what we're releasing: the ego, the controlling, the, like, it's almost like it's like the leaves will fall, something about the falling leaves. And perhaps this does have something to do with the season. After all the leaves fall, this is when these two come together. You know, it has something to do with this ego, and that I'm seeing the black swan, and this is about seeing the good in, it's like we're seeing the beast for something so negative. When I say the beast, y'all are thinking of you know, this demonic creature, right? And it's like, you know, that's the light. This is the light. You know, I've been doing a lot of research and listening to these lectures about what secret societies teach in the religion. You know, the Anglo-Saxon, you know, what rules the world. The true knowledge, right, from the ancients. And it's all about Lucifer showing and saying that, you know, that Lucifer is telling the truth. And basically they say that God was lying, because they said, okay, well, God said, you know, if you eat that fruit, you're going to die. And Lucifer came and was like, sorry, say it, don't spray it. And Lucifer came and was like, you will not die. If you eat that fruit, your eyes will be open. You will know. You will be like God, you know? And Lucifer was telling the truth. Lucifer was telling the truth. God was testing, right? To see, giving them the boundaries and seeing, are you loyal to the truth? Are you loyal to yourself? Because that's what God wants you to be true to. He wants you to, because that's how we learn. We make mistakes. We wouldn't learn, we wouldn't know evil if we know good. You know what I mean? What's good? What's good at doing good if you're good? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and you don't even really know what good is unless you know evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels to this shit, and it says if you're, how good you are is how bad it could be. Is what I'm hearing. And perhaps this is what this is this knowing the evil, seeing it from a higher perspective, seeing it, knowing from it. It's knowing that both the darkness and the lightness, the darkness and the lightness are in you. And we need both in order to survive. You know, we have the spiritual with the physical, and in order for us to have any kind of success on any kind of level, there needs to be a balance. Libra. All right, so, and that is just what this is. When we realize this, there's another, it goes from the ace to the 10. And this keeps growing and growing. Like this seed plants this tree, and this tree grows fruit, and these fruits grow and plant more seeds and more fruits and more. And I'm hearing grandkids and grandkids and more grandkids. I don't know. It's like generation of the generation. It's like we're, this foundation wasn't the right one. So it's like we're creating a new foundation, you know, from the vision that we once held. From what we know, our true destiny, right? Reminds me of Aries reading that, fated reading. Okay, so we're back to releasing this. It's like knowing the truth about Satan, you know, that and here's the Eye of Horus.
The myth of Horus, avenging his father Osiris and restoring balance and well-being by bringing him back to life.
Once you realize this, then, you know, because we were stuck in these patterns, the devil had our heart. It's almost like there was bitterness. This is the bittersweet. This salt and vinegar, right? It's like once we realize this and we break these patterns, we break these cycles, we get our heart back. We get our heart back, and we're no longer attached. We're no longer hurt. We're no longer... It's attachment. This is a detachment. We're no longer addicted. You know? We're no longer stuck. And look, the sun comes out. We're no longer in darkness. It's almost as if this is the seed. And this is the seed breaking through the ground. Right? The germination process where we finally see the sun. We come out the dirt. We finally see the sun. And oh my God. And look, and there's the Hierophant. And this is a new... It's like a new... I'm hearing a cultural ritual, a new cultural ritual. I don't even know if that's something true, but you think it's almost like, okay, maybe it's like you were, I'm hearing like you're Catholic, and then it's almost like something like me. It's like I grew up Catholic, and now look at me. I'm saying all these good things about the devil, and you know. And it's true. I'm speaking truth. We were lied to, y'all. Like, and don't listen to me. Do not listen to me. Do your own research and find the truth for yourself. Read that Bible. Because what they say, and in the Bible is true. It says that the religious laws and the teachers of the day, they's going to lie to you. Jesus was telling the truth, y'all. Listen, follow. He knows the way. And I heard the Tao, Buddhists, you know, Jesus did just that. He went against the religious laws. He went against, he was like Eve and Adam, pushing for knowledge, pushing for truth. They were eating the fruit, making mistakes, you know, and he was blessed and one with God. And this, the Hierophant. And usually the Hierophant's sitting here with the two monks, and the monks go to him. You know, this is that Catholic shit, right? This Anglo-Saxon, right? That's where it came from. But I see it's like breaking free from that and going to the Protestant. You know, in the 1600s, it was the king. And the king wanted all his people to worship him, like that story about Meshach, what is that, Meshach, Indigo, Bendigo, and Shamrock, whatever those names are in the Bible. When the king came in, he was like, you better get on your knees and bow down to me, you worship me. And they was like, nah. The Bible says, thou shalt not worship any other idols. Thou shalt not bow down and worship nobody. That's why I always say, like Jesus says, don't worship me, worship my Father, right? And I was really thinking the other day, I'm like, well, who's Jesus' father? Is it really the devil? And then I like really started crying, like thinking like the whole world is worshiping fucking devil. I wonder why the world's so fucked up. Okay, so this is a new ritual. It's like we're no longer worshiping the devil no more. We're no longer in this. No more. You know, here's the divine, the calf, the divine cow. It's like it's like they threw that, you remember the golden calf? It's like throwing that shit in the river. And we all know the truth. It's in our heart. And this is not going away. This, like that ace to the 10 of pentacles, like this is a commitment. Like this is something that lasts forever. It's like God's love. This is like, it's like never ending. It's a never ending thing. Like it's divine. So it's coming in. And as it's coming in, there's just more growing and more growing. And, you know, the 10 of pentacles, the 10, it's just so beautiful, Libra. I heard finally. Like you've been waiting so long. You know, we've been hanging here. We've been hanging here in this solitude. And I just keep seeing deception. Jesus is the beast. Alright, y'all. Thank you so much. I hope I was able to deal you some hope. This is way longer than I expected, and I don't even know if I got out all the information that was needed because I kept on getting cut out. But God says that y'all could figure it out by the messages in this message. And yeah, comment down below, let me know. And yeah, unity is the key. That and truth is power. Knowledge is power. It's like once, like the Bible says, it's like once you know something, then somebody comes and contradicts it or shows you otherwise. It's like that changes the whole logos. It's like now everything switches. It's like, you know, what's the real word? Alright. I hope you find your words, Libra. And have the balls to share them. I love you.